Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. These are my Premier League predictions for the first game week and I cannot wait. Now let us get into some predictions. I am going to, I've got them written down off Google, so basically these, what have I got on there? Turn that off. Turn the iPlayer off. I don't want that to be on. Yeah. Basically, what we are going to do is, I'm not fussed on points, totals, and all that. I'm just going to give you my prediction and go through these, and it's just for a bit of fun. Maybe if you want to see me talk about points, etc., then maybe give me some recommendations. But let's start off with the Premier League. It is back on Friday night, and let us start off with the match on Friday night, in fact, which is Manchester United against Fulham. Manchester United come into this on the back of losing the Community Shield final on penalties. It was 7-6. I mean, let's be honest, there was no credibility in that win if they were to win it. I mean, they had Johnny Evans taking penalties. He missed his penalty. As for Fulham, then, they have made a few signings themselves, the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe. This is a tough one, however. I think Fulham will win. No, sorry, why did I say that? No, I think Fulham, with them being the away side, I think it will be a bit tricky for them, especially with it being the first day of the season. I think it might be close, and I think they certainly can win on their day, but with it being the first game of the season, you can't look past Manchester United at Old Trafford. As for Manchester United, I think they will have ups and downs. Like last season, I don't think it'll be straightforward, and I do not think they will win every game. But they are up against Fulham, first game of the season, Old Trafford. You'd expect Manchester United to win. I'd go Manchester United 2, Fulham 1, and the next match is Ipswich Town against Liverpool. Ipswich Town, the new boys, they 2 promotions in 2 seasons. They have done exceptionally well to get here. And Ipswich Town, look, Kieran McKenna, they have still got. They have signed players like Jacob Greaves, Muric as well. But they are up against Liverpool. And let me just get up their first 3 matches, because if I can remember rightly, their first 3 matches are quite tricky. Yes, they are. I can already see their first 2 matches. Yeah. First 2 matches can't get any harder. Liverpool and City. As for Liverpool, Arne Slot is the manager, and look, I do keep on saying that he is unproven in the Premier League, but still, you can't walk into that Liverpool job, go away to Ipswich and lose a newly promoted team as well. I'll go Liverpool. Ipswich Town 0, Liverpool 3. Next up is Arsenal against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Arsenal come into this match having signed Calafiori. What Arsenal are missing is a striker. What they need to win the league is a really good striker. But as for Wolves, it doesn't get much harder for Wolves either. They are up against Arsenal, one of the top 2. One of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league, and you've got to back Arsenal, haven't you? I'm going to back Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, and the next match is Everton against Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, Everton have played a friendly last weekend against Roma. We drew 1-1. The new signings, Ndaya and Jesper Lindstrom, looked good. We are up against Brighton. I certainly won't be sitting here predicting Everton to win every weekend. I think we will draw and lose some matches. Next weekend we play Tottenham Hotspur, and I think we will probably lose that. But sitting here now against Brighton, new gaffer, it'll be tough. Maybe he's young, he'll have to learn. Maybe it might take a bit of time for him to get going. That's why I predicted an Everton win. It won't be straightforward. I can see maybe Brighton taking the lead, but I'll go Everton 2, Brighton 1. And the next match is Newcastle United against Southampton. Newcastle, let's start off with them, shall we? Newcastle are coming into this match having not signed any standout players. They have signed a few reserve goalkeepers, but apart from that, I'm not too sure. But the main question is this season the return of Sandro Tonali? Share your thoughts on that one. As for Southampton, well, they won the playoffs, and it is quite hard for Southampton to come in and do well. They have Russell Martin in charge, and can I just say one thing? As I said in my Premier League predictions, Russell Martin likes to play a possession-type football. If he comes into the Premier League and wants to play that, then he'll get bitten in the arse many times. If he plays that against Liverpool or City, then you'll get battered. Simple as. You're up against Newcastle. I think you might lose. I think you might take a bit of time to gel in the Premier League. I am going to back Newcastle. Newcastle United 2, Southampton 0. And next up, we have Nottingham Forest against AFC Bournemouth. This match is one of the matches that looks like a 0-0 to me. But I'm not going to back a 0-0. Coming to this match, Nottingham Forest, I think the pressure's already on Nuno Espirito Santo if he starts off poor. Bournemouth have lost Dom Solanke. They need to be looking to bring in a replacement striker, saying that their business has been quite well, and I do rate Andoni Iraola, and I am actually going to back a winner in this one, and it's the away side for me. Nottingham Forest 1, AFC Bournemouth 2. And the next match is West Ham United against Aston Villa. The claret and blue derby, shall we call it? Two teams who should be pushing for at least the Conference League. West Ham will throw all their eggs into the basket for Europe in the league because they don't have Europe. As for Aston Villa, well, maybe they'll have one eye on the Champions League. I think I'm going to back Aston Villa. I'm going to back Aston Villa. Villa come into this one signing players like Anana, Matson, other players, Illing Jr. I do like Villa's business. They have kept Unai Emery. And I'm going to back Villa to get off to a winning start. West Ham United 1, Aston Villa 3. And next up is Brentford against Crystal Palace. Brentford come into this match, well, they still have Tony, and I guess that's the main, I guess that's the good news. But they have, if you come into this season, the goals are still dry, then I can't help but worry for Brentford. They have signed a new Brazilian striker. I think his name is Thiago, actually. But the problem with him is that he's already injured and out for 3 months. So I can't help but worry for Brentford. As for Crystal Palace, well, they have lost Elise, but they have replaced him with Sarr. Ismaila Sarr is back in the Premier League. I don't know if you can remember him with Watford. But I am going to back the away win. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if this is a 0-0 draw, but I like goals, especially on the first weekend of the season, and I think there will be a few goals. Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 2, and then the next match is Chelsea against Manchester City. Boring. Manchester City won the FA Community Shield against Manchester United on penalties, 7-6. And boring. You would have guessed it. I'm going to have to back Manchester City, and I will back Manchester City every single week because they are Manchester City, and they will, well, they will win the league. I'm going to back Manchester City, Chelsea 0, Manchester City 2. And the final match, Leicester City on their return to the Premier League host Tottenham Hotspur in the James Maddison Derby. You can also call it the Harry Winks Derby. But this is certainly an interesting one, isn't it? Let me sit up a bit. Leicester come into this match losing Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. We don't know if they're going to get a points deduction or yet, albeit I suspect they will. Tottenham Hotspur come into this match with, Ange Postecoglou still the manager, and they have signed Dom Solanke, who I am a big fan of. I was calling him to get the call up for the Euros. He didn't. With Dom Solanke there, I think he will score 15 to 20 goals this season. And I'm going to have to back Spurs. We'll go Leicester City 2, Tottenham Hotspur. Sorry, no. Leicester City 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. That is my Game Week 1 predictions done and dusted. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, and I will be filming my round 2 championship predictions in a couple of minutes. With all that being said, don't forget to subscribe and like, and I hope everyone has a good rest of your day, and I will speak to you in the next one. Thank you everyone for watching. Speak to you in a bit.